create a custom segment here. We will do it from the scratch, but you can import segments from the gallery as well. So let's say that it is male. Let's see how that goes. All right, here I finally have some data that I can work with, and I am comparing it against, let's say, females in the same area, in the same range. So I have some data that I can compare here. Very interestingly, females are converting better than men. But I must pay attention because here are just like 4 transactions. However, men have a larger average order value than women in this case, but that was just like in a very small sample, but just to illustrate how segments are being used when you are let's say making decisions which segment performs better. Maybe we can check that for product performance as well. These segments will follow me. Nope, no data here, not good. Let's see if we can generalize it on the pages that are being analyzed. So for example, we could observe this for backpacks. What are the most popular pages for each segment to make some decisions for the categories and products that we want to promote. Let's see how that works here. So here we would find like different ideas what to promote to different segments in a nutshell. How to use this in marketing? It's very easy. You use this for targeting and you do this for offering, so which content is going to be displayed to a specific persona. For user tracking, we actually have to use my website's data, so myavoya.com, because Google Merchandise Store kind of doesn't have that section in. I will show it in my analytics account, no problem. So here this was my week, so it was like a very slow week for me. Let's go on the audience, and here we finally can tap User Explorer. So this feature is extremely powerful because it sends like client ID. And what is this interesting for me is because I want to see, unfortunately not with an email here, which we could tackle, but yeah, just like based on the client ID assigned by Google Analytics, how many sessions did a user have on my website. And as you see, I have somebody who has visited my website a lot, and they were organic searching me all the time. From desktop. Wow, that's interesting. Let's find somebody else who's not living on my website but has maybe visited it 3 times. So here I'm having like this overview of all the sessions that they did. That one has like 0 session duration, so maybe this data is wrong, or it is like a weird bot coming to my website. Let's find somebody with some serious session durations. So this is somebody that has been on my web page for 6 times. They have spent like nice time there, which is cool. And they have been checking me out from September 23rd to October 2nd. Whom you'll come again. Desktop category is desktop, so this is pretty much normal. And yeah, this is how I would analyze my users that visited my website here in Google Explorer. Data would be much more interesting if I would be selling something on my website, so that I would have like LTV and e-commerce conversion rate data. But just for the sake of a feature, this is where you find different, let's say, user tracking thingies here in the audience section. Do you remember when we were searching for things in Google Analytics and not came up with stuff because data was just like too general? Here is the answer that we are hoping to get from Facebook Audience Insights. It's a brilliant tool linked in the course tutorial that should give us better insights of how to target Richards as persona on the internet. Let's dive right into this. So first, we have to select location. We can select region or city here. We won't be doing that, or maybe we can just like say that it's California. Here we are. Then with age and gender, we actually have pretty solid data here from Google Analytics about the range, the age range for that specific persona. So it's like 25 to 34, and we'll focus on men who are interested in technology, startups, Silicon Valley, and that should give us like pretty good insights of what is going on. Let's uncover some advanced features here. Language could be targeted. This is not relevant for us. Relationship status. Oh, this is like a little bit shady to assume that they are single, but yeah, let's dive into those two. Why not? Then for education, let's say that they have like at least college or grad school. Why not? Work as business owner. Now, job titles, technology. That's it. We can dive into other stuff. For the US, there are pretty advanced targeting options. Here I am using European interface, so we could, for example, target parents if that would be relevant, or even live events, but this is not relevant in our instance. Let's see what Facebook offered us. So for demographics, these are stuff that we kind of preset, right? So this is not supremely interesting. That for job titles, this is something that we could target in ads, and just like making sure that for visuals in our campaigns, we are selecting people that are kind of relatable to the persona that we are marketing to. We can see like more job titles here, but I believe that like top 2 in this case would cover the majority of attributes that we are discussing here. The other thing that would be like interesting for us is just like this notion of what are the top categories that people are in the market for, and top brands, and if they are connected with some brand that we could use as a targeting options in our ads as well. But here, like apart from some Newegg, what's Newegg? All right, that could be like a good thing. So this is like a computer cooling system, I reckon. That could be like a good interest, why not? So we came up with something kind of useful. Then we have workaholics and some candy Ferrero Rocher thingies. Cool. So that's it. As for location, we narrowed down here already, so we won't dive into that. activity is something that is connected to how they are interacting with Facebook, how frequently are they using stuff, and from which devices are they accessing. From this little exercise right here, I could find other areas or other interests to target with Facebook ads, for example, and I would definitely have some notion of what creatives could be. Do you remember this water cooling equipment that we were watching just a few minutes back? That could be like aesthetic that I'm trying to portray on ads. So a little bit more dark, a little bit more techy, definitely simplistic, but make sure that these super awesome tech elements are nicely highlighted. So I believe that at this point we understand Richard's better than we used to, and I'm very much looking forward to explore further with you how we can convince them to buy stuff from Google Merchandise Store.